Hi! This week you are going to be working on lab task card number 5. Make sure you have your task card sitting in front of you. You'll also want to make sure that you have your assignment book out at this time as well. If you don't, go ahead and hit pause while you get it out. Today, we're going to be doing something different with our music. We're going to play your piece backwards. I'm going to explain how we do that and why. Sometimes when we are practicing music, we've practiced it so many times, we can't hear mistakes that happen. Another thing that we do is with longer pieces, we tend to start at the beginning and play through to the end. If we have a mistake, we stop, go back to the beginning, fix the mistake or try to fix the mistake, and then we may end up playing only part way through, make a mistake, then go back to the beginning. And that cycle repeats over and over again. So we end up playing the beginning of our piece a lot more than we ever play the end of our piece. So the beginning of our song gets really, really good, but the end might not be so great. So what we're going to do is learn how to do a practice technique, which is playing our pieces backwards. Now, when we play our piece backwards, I'm going to show you on a piece from Unit 2. This is Lucy the Elephant. When we play backwards, there's two things that we can do. We can start by notes or by measure, okay? So we could start, if we're starting by note, we would start with the very last note, which is 4. Okay, finger number 4, and that's on our left hand, so it's on a group of 3 black keys. Okay, so it's the note that's all the way on the very left. So we would start and play 4. Now, not too fun, right? So now we're going to add the next one. Now I don't want to play like this, going this way. What we'll do is now add the next note. So we would play 4, 4. Continuing on, then we would start here, make sure you can see. So it'd be 2, 4, 4, or right, left, left. Then we would add the next note, 2, 2, 4, 4. Okay. Add the next note, 3, 2, 2, 4, 4. Add the next one, 4, 3, 2, 2, 4, 4, and so on and so forth until you have worked your way all the way back to the end. When you get here, it's just like playing the piece from the beginning, okay? So you're not actually playing the music this way, you're just playing note by note going forward, okay? Another thing that you could do is actually do it measure by measure. So you would start at the last measure and play 2, 2, 4, 4. Once you can do that, you would now come to the second to last measure. And you would play 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 2, 4, 4. Adding the next measure, 4, 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, all the way to the end. Finally, you would come back to the beginning, add that measure, and play to the end. So, getting your favorite piece out today, you're going to start at the last measure and work your way back, okay? So measure, play it, add the 2 measures, 3 measures, however many measures that are in your piece, okay? So go ahead and press pause at this time and start doing that with your favorite piece from your assignment this week. When you're finished, come back to the iPad The next thing that you're going to do in lab today is using the iPad. You are going to listen to a piece by Beethoven. This piece is called Für Elise. You're going to listen to it in YouTube. It's already loaded on the iPad for you. Okay? When you're listening to this piece, I want you to listen to the mood. Right? Listen for those soft notes. Listen for the loud notes. See where it builds in intensity. Okay? I want you to listen for the fast and the slow. Listen to hear if music or the notes are smooth and connected, or if they're short and very crisp. Right? I want you to think about how the piece makes you feel when you're listening to it. The piece Für Elise is composed by Beethoven, who was a composer back in the classical period of music. Beethoven was from Germany. Beethoven actually became deaf near the end of his life. He was deaf for about 7 years before he passed away. He's one of the great composers of his day, and his music is still widely popular. I'm sure that there are many pieces that Beethoven has composed that you've heard of. When you listen to this piece Für Elise, I'm sure that you may recognize it. It's a very popular piece. There's a few other pieces that you would probably recognize by Beethoven. The first is from his Fifth Symphony, and it goes like this. You recognize that? The next one that you may recognize as well is from his Ninth Symphony, and this, his Ninth Symphony actually has a choral part in it where a chorus is singing, and some churches will use this as part of their hymns. If it's part of their hymns, it's Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee, or you may know it as Ode to Joy. Later on, you will have a listening assignment where you get to actually listen to Ode to Joy. But for right now, go ahead and press stop and listen to Für Elise by Beethoven. When you are finished, there's an activity sheet in your folder. You may need to take it home with you this week to complete.